Hello, everyone, and welcome back to FAST-ATHON 2025. I'm your host, Howling Mad Mike. We're raising money for Able Gamers, a charity that looks to provide people with disabilities with the opportunity to access video gaming. This can be via many methods, but typically speaking, they create custom controllers so that people who may not have hands or the ability to move can still access and play video games. We've already raised $160, but if you can donate, please do exclamation donate in chat. Will give you all the information you need, and we also have that delicious little pinned comment at the top. But this is our final run of the day, so if you can donate, this is your chance. And of course, as part of the donation, you can submit a comment, and you can maybe get me to say something stupid as well into the mix for, well, as an added bonus. So if you can donate, please do. But thank you to everyone who has donated so far. But as we're getting into the wee small hours of the morning, we are having our final run now, which is Akio with Sonic Generations. Akio, take it away.
Hello everybody, and no, you are not seeing double. There are two blazes on the screen right now. I am going to be doing Sonic Generations Blaze % all modern stages and bosses. And joining me on commentary is Valeria, if you would like to introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Valeria Asteria, big Sonic and particularly a Blaze fan.
Alright, so without further ado, I will get this show on the road. Just gotta go all the way back to Green Hill. Oh, sped right past it. And I will be beginning this run in 3, 2, 1, go. So Blaze, this Blaze mod is not only a cosmetic mod, but Blaze actually has different physics from Sonic, so she is able to jump higher and also have more momentum when she's jumping forward. So that's what makes this run interesting compared to if you just did a standard modern Sonic run.
You also notice that she has fire.
She also has fire when she boosts and also fire when she jumps, which is very true to how she first appeared in Sonic Rush.
Especially the flame twirl. I love when Blaze mods incorporate that, because that's so her.
Yeah, she's in every game she's appeared in, she's always done the flame twirl when she jumps. What's also funny though is that when you finish the tricks with these rainbow rings, she still does the Sonic Adventure pose. Oh. Platforming in my Sonic game? Never heard of it.
How Sonic 1 of it.
It is very Sonic 1.
That does describe Sonic 1 though. You have Green Hill Zone, and you have platforming, and then you have Starlight Zone.
Yeah, like seems like almost every stage in Sonic 1 had some kind of platforming.
It's a joke. Like, all Sonic games have some kind of platforming, but the joke there is that how it makes you just stop and sometimes wait.
Yeah, it's like with Sonic games, like some of them do a pretty good job at like balancing both, you know, the speed sections and also the platforming sections, but there are just other times where they're like, well, the platforming sections seem to slow down the level by a lot.
It's something they had to learn as they continued to design the levels. As they moved on to, say, Sonic 2, it got way better. Here we are, Chemical Plant.
First time I've been able to get this pulley.
Nice.
Usually when I
It's a
take
tricky
that
one.
turn, I take it like way too wide, and I have to take the
Yeah.
regular rings or the regular dash pads. Oop. I've been gooped. Ooped, I've been gooped.
Being gooped is a chemical plant classic.
It
But yeah,
really
for those
is.
who don't know Sonic Generations, this was an anniversary celebration type game where they recreated games from most of the main Sonic games. So you have these multiple sections, starting with the classic era, where you go through throwbacks as usually classic Sonic and modern Sonic, but we're only seeing Blaze in the modern stages today.
Yep. I actually really do like the classic stages. Just the modern stages, I have a much easier time with the modern stages.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she almost started walking on the water there.
That's
Blaze, what are you
so
doing?
strange. Sometimes the game just does stuff.
Yeah, the game just decided, nah, not today.
Oosh.
Yeah, and this is a pretty good example of good platforming in a Sonic level, as I feel like this kind of platforming doesn't really take too much away from the stage itself.
I just like when it's in motion, you know?
Yeah. If it feels like natural, like it blends in with the running portions of the stage, then I accept it.
We have interesting camera again for a bit there.
Yeah. Sonic games have always been known for their really strange camera angles. Now we're on to Sky Sanctuary with our good friends, the Egg Robos.
And Knuckles.
And Knuckles. It's like my favorite internet meme is just to add and Knuckles to everything.
Mm-hmm.
Sky Sanctuary and Knuckles. And Knuckles.
I think I have a meme that's just like... Well, I started thinking of a different one entirely. It's a shampoo bottle that's a spin on Head and Shoulders, but it's Head and Knuckles.
I like
It has
that.
Knuckles' face on it. But yeah, you also find like games that just have Knuckles and Dante all over it. Just slapping those titles.
Sky Sanctuary featuring Dante from Devil May Cry and Knuckles.
This is such a good stage.
It really is. Oh. Thought I would be able to reach that robot, but...
One thing I don't always bring up, but like, so Blaze and Knuckles have a lot of parallels, right down to having like sky places they get to go through that are relevant to their powers a bit. Because you think there's Sky Babylon in Rush Adventure, where if you don't play as Blaze, you're going to run into several walls of fire.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Both Guardians. Fun parallels between those two. Knuckles also uses fire sometimes, to that matter.
I was gonna be like, haha, like I outsmarted that robot, and then I fell into the spikes, and I'm like, well, I deserve that.
Ain't that just the way? Running a Sonic game is like so much about just like timing jumps. It's an endeavor.
It really is. And also shout out to
'Cause
the
you're going
Epic in
fast.
the background.
Eggman face.
And of course, since this is
I-
only modern, we're not going to be doing Death Egg Robot, since that is a classic Sonic only boss. So we're just going to
Because
jump
modern
straight
Sonic-
to the Dreamcast Adventure era.
Modern Sonic was too slow to get to the boss. Classic Sonic got there first.
Yep.
Anyway, Speed Highway.
Anyway, Speed Highway from
Timeless
Sonic Adventure.
classic. Every time I like think about these stages, I feel like I have a different answer for the one that I spent like a ton of time replaying and trying to learn. Because now I'm remembering how much I would play this one. It might be it. I just played all of them a lot. The modern stages are really fun to just replay. That's something that like
Yeah.
Sonic Unleashed started and Generations really continued.
Yeah, after just coming off of like Sonic Colors, which I really enjoyed Sonic Colors, to like to where like all the modern stages in this game like felt so natural to me. The classic Sonic stages were still fun, mind you. Like I really enjoyed doing those, even though I'm not really a classic era lover. Like I like the classic era, but just I prefer the 3D Sonics overall.
And speaking as a classic era lover, I definitely prefer the modern Sonics. But like, yeah, classic Sonics are for the most part, they're fun, they're charming, solid stages. It's definitely not Sonic Forces, so it's good.
Yeah, classic Sonic that is not the classic Sonic in Sonic Forces is always better.
I don't know how they made it feel so bad in that.
All I could say,
Even
all I
so.
could say is like, look how they've massacred my boy.
Even so, I do play this version with a classic Sonic improvement mod, which makes it feel a lot more like it did in Sonic 3, actually, and that's
Oh,
why I like
wow.
it so much.
I will have to check out that mod. It sounds interesting.
I also got a similar mod for Sonic Superstars, funny enough, which you'd expect might already feel like that, but it didn't quite. Fixes Knuckles entirely.
I just
We are rolling
lost
around.
a lot of time there
Speed of
because I
sound.
thought that was like an alternate path, but it was just taking me in a circle.
Whoopsies.
Whoopsies.
Fell for the classic blunder.
I also like that the street signs like have references to different characters.
Mhm.
Like you got Omega Road, Blaze Road.
I'm a big fan of the Chow ice cream.
And now we're on to one of the best stages in this game, City Escape.
A similar city, but it's in day.
Yeah, it takes time during the day, and it has a really good song, so...
So the more similar stage to Speed Highway would be the one that they gave in the 3DS version of this for some odd reason, Radical
Oh yeah,
Highway.
Radical Highway, yep. I was really confused by that choice.
It's genuinely like the worst stage in the 3DS version too.
Yeah, I did not like Radical Highway in 3DS. It felt really clunky.
To note, the 3DS game is the same plot, mostly, completely different stages, and to a degree different gameplay because it is 2D boost stages a la Sonic Rush.
Also, they have a thing where Modern teaches classic Sonic how to homing attack.
Yeah, I actually really like that.
I liked it a lot, but I know a lot of people complain about that.
I think it's fine. You can unlock that in this. It's just extremely tedious to do so.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
It is getting all the red rings in Planet Wisp Classic. No thank you.
Yeah, I'll big pass on that one for me.
But yeah, the different stages they have in that one, as Green Hill as usual. In fact, Act 1 of Classic is just Act 1 of Sonic 1. Actually, all of the classics for the classic Sonic games are just the Act 1. But then you have Casino Night, Mushroom Hill, and then Emerald Coast before you get to Radical Highway.
I really liked
Then you
Casino Night and 3DS.
Yeah. The roulettes were pretty cool.
Casino Night has always been like one of my favorite stages from Sonic 2, so
Also the music.
music
Specifically,
was really
like,
good, yeah.
it's that remix is so good that it's in this for like a bonus what was originally DLC. It's
Yep.
just a pinball board you can go to.
Oops. I was trying to get him to go down the middle instead so I could psych him out, but he decided he wanted to go right again.
Who gave this truck saw blades anyway? And rocket boosters?
Yeah, seriously.
Apparently, technically Eggman because he changed the past year.
He probably like told Gunn, hey, I will give you money so you can put saw blades on the truck so you can get rid of Sonic.
I'll let you in on my lucrative casino business funds. Which is obviously how Eggman funds all of his projects.
Certainly. Probably his amusement park funds as well.
I don't know if anyone ever goes to his amusement park because they are also always part of the nefarious plans.
I mean, yeah, the amusement park he made in Sonic Colors was definitely not fishy at all.
I mean, people actually went to that. I don't know why they did. The last time people actually went to his amusement park in Knuckles Chaotix, they all got put into stasis pods. Speaking of Chaotix, that's a team that returned in Sonic Heroes, which is what this stage is from.
Yeah. I love Team Chaotix theme song in Heroes. Their storyline though was not great to play, I'll be honest.
The missions are rough.
I get what they were trying to do. They were trying to like give a whole new I did not mean to go down that path.
Oops.
They were trying to give each team their own like different like unique set of missions, which is why you have like Team Dark being the hardest team, with their levels being longer and also having a lot more enemies
and being just generally meaner.
Yeah. And then Team Rose is the easiest, where their stages are just much shorter than Team Sonic's. And then Team Chaotix is the one where you'd like, what if we added like random things you needed to do throughout the stage to keep things interesting?
They just really wanted to have an excuse that someone was going to spend 24 minutes on Hang Castle. not speaking from experience, not at all.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was the one where you had to light all the candles, right?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Yeah,
No, that's Mystic
oh that was
Mansion.
Mystic Mansion,
I
right.
think it was keys that were hidden.
Oh, keys, right.
Mystic Mansion was also pretty brutal. It's just, it's a problem people complain about in Shadow the Hedgehog, and I think it's nowhere near a problem in comparison. About,
Yeah,
oh, it's so easy to miss
Shadow
just
the
one
Hedgehog.
thing.
The missions in Shadow the Hedgehog are nowhere near as brutal as Sonic
Yeah,
Heroes, in my opinion.
they kind of sorted that out.
Like, I surprise a lot of people by saying that I would rather play Shadow the Hedgehog over Sonic Heroes.
I think I'm notorious for that opinion. I'm learning Shadow the Hedgehog expert mode as a speedrun.
Wow.
I might. Cosmic Wall is threatening.
Alright, now it's time to face up against Shadow, question mark?
Hey, wait a minute.
This isn't Shadow. And also that music isn't the usual. Yep, so we are facing off against Sonic instead of Shadow, and Villanova is playing in the background as a nod to the fight between them in Sonic Rush.
Such a cool callback.
It really is.
Blaze doesn't really get highlighted as being one of Sonic's rivals because she was really just going solo the one time, and after that she's reasonable and they team up all the time. I guess that's sort of how it went with Knuckles too. It's just that they butt heads while these two are like actual
I mean,
like
even Shadow is starting to slowly become more of an ally to Sonic than a rival.
true. I mean, that's always going to be like they're going to lose sight of what's going on if they get caught up in their rivalry though.
Oh yeah, 100%. I also appreciate that, like, if you take those alternate paths up there, you actually get to see the rails, which are reminiscent of the rails you see in Final Rush, Final Chase.
In fact, they remind me of the exact same set of rails that are referenced since this was originally the Shadow Battle, though it's an SA2 reference, in Shadow the Hedgehog, the Arc stage has actual assets from Final Rush and Final Chase that you go past. It's just most of the stuff is missing because you fly around on a thing instead of grind rails.
Yep.
Alright. Good night, Sonic.
Alright, Sonic, you're gonna get a tickle attack incoming. And... fatality.
Made him chuckle too much.
Yep. Alright, now on to our first actual boss. And that is, Perfect Chaos.
Fire versus water.
Which definitely would be a case of, Blaze would definitely struggle with something like this, being fire and this being all water.
It's fine, you just have to be hot enough to evaporate it.
Yep, true.
That's... No, the reason that it's usually fire and water weaknesses of each other in RPGs is because usually they associate it with ice as well.
Yep. Once water, once water becomes ice, though, then it becomes weak to fire, which is quite deep when you think about it.
But then it becomes water after it's weak to fire. And then it's strong against...
And then it's back to
That's
being
confusing.
stronger to fire. Yeah, like, it's... There's a loophole there.
So if you didn't know, this big old water dragon is from Sonic Adventure. It's one of my favorite characters.
Chaos is such a cool character, and it makes me sad that, like, with the exception of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, or Sonic Adventure 2 Battle being in the two-player mode, like, and Forces, like, you really don't see Chaos too much.
I would not even give that credit to Forces. They did not utilize Chaos at all. That was like the worst incorporation of any of those Ruby copies. However, they show up as a cameo in Battle that I really appreciate. Because then it's actually playable.
Yeah, in Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, he's actually playable as a two-player character.
I mean, the Game Boy Advance fighting game as well.
Oh, right,
he's playable in both of them.
Yeah, I forgot Chaos was in that one.
They have a lot of cool lore nods in Battle.
Also to note, Chaos appears here like as he was supposed to appear in Sonic Adventure originally, but Dreamcast limitations made it so he looked a lot less detailed.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's on to the modern era. Hi, Blaze. And now we're on to the city's on fire.
Ah. We agreed that this is Chaotic Inferno from Sonic Rivals 2, right?
As someone who has only ever played bits of Sonic Rivals, I'll take your word for it.
It's better than the alternative that's actually based on.
Yeah, this is based off of Crisis City from Sonic 06, which the original Crisis City was a lot more difficult than this is.
And not for legitimate difficulty reasons either.
It was just super jank.
Many places you could just die for some reason.
Also, you start out snowboarding down a building.
They really wanted 06 to be Sonic Adventure again.
They really did. I mean, they really wanted it to be Sonic Adventure 3. I mean, there's a Chow in Space 3 poster in it, so...
Iblis is just kind of like a discount Fire Chaos.
A Timu Chaos. One of those creatures shot me down for that joke, and I'm like, okay, that's fair, that was a bad joke.
It is very appropriate, because Blaze does play a fair chunk of this stage in the original.
Mm-hmm.
I am also thinking of playing as Silver and just, like, collecting all of the enemy projectiles and just launching them all at once.
I know that there was the complaint that Silver is the slowest out of the three hedgehogs, but it's like, I see it as he's not meant to be a hedgehog that runs fast. He just relies mostly on his telekinesis to get through everything.
On the contrary, I think that, like, that characterization of him is completely an unintended consequence of the game's programming, because everyone is super slow in that game. Silver might be slightly faster than Tails in that game, and in a cutscene, he does go super fast. And he can go fast in Rivals.
Yeah,
Also, that tornado is carrying a truck.
It was carrying a truck. My boyfriend and I often joke about Silver being so slow, and then we talk about how we have to go like walking through Soliana Forest, which is the most ridiculously big hub of all of them. Like, they had no reason to make Soliana Forest as big as it was, or any of the hubs as big as they were.
And so empty. I literally got lost with Silver last time I played that in Soliana Forest. I gave up.
Yeah, it's like, you get lost in Soliana Forest in the field, and it's like, there's nothing there, but somehow you have no idea where you're going.
You know what's better than Soliana Forest and Sonic 06? Spagonia and Sonic Unleashed.
Yeah.
It's even got confetti.
Which is based off of Europe. Even though I've
Just
always
all of
thought of
Europe.
it as Italy.
It's like very clearly structurally based on like Florence, Italy, but then there's like French aspects to it, and I think they are specifically trying to be like a nod to Britain with the clock tower. They're like, there are clock towers everywhere.
That is very true. Yeah, the clock tower is very reminiscent of Big Ben.
Specifically, like in the night stage when you're climbing on it, I could swear that it's like a direct reference to Kingdom Hearts at the end of Neverland when you're back in London.
Yeah. Yeah, when you're floating around the clock tower.
Gosh, those games were only like 5 years apart, weren't they?
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 were 5 years apart, at least. Oops. Those swinging axes always get me. I had to try so hard not to call them saw blades, because that's what I keep calling them when I play this game.
I mean, that's just natural. Saw blades are in like most Sonics from first one.
That was an unintentional shortcut.
Well, yeah.
Like, I was falling down to, like, that path, and then I somehow boosted past that path, and now I'm down here. I'm like, okay. Okay, game.
Yeah, that has happened to me in similar cases by accident in Sonic Generations. It's pretty much exactly how you achieve in other runs, maybe even this in certain categories, called 2D and 3D. Or 3D and 2D. So you can just, like, go around things.
Yeah, I know a lot of people with Sonic Colors Ultimate have discovered the 3D and 2D glitch.
The problem is when I accidentally discovered it, it also erased all of the, like, textures from Sky Sanctuary, so I just kind of, like, launched off.
Also, I love that this thing loses rings similar to the bosses in Colors.
Hooray.
Hooray! Now we're on to Planet Wisp. The final stage, modern stage. And it's like, at first you're like, oh, this is such a lovely stage. Like, you're in these forest areas. Surely this level isn't going to overstay its welcome, right? Right?
Surely.
Surely.
Something I realized that's akin to, like, it's not exactly the same time like Spagonia is in Unleashed, is that there are wisps just, like, around, like, dancing, and that's really cute. That's a really good addition.
Mm-hmm.
Until you get to the Eggman-y place.
Yeah, you get to the Eggman factory portion of this stage, and then it's just like, oh.
It's like, oh, that's where all this purple water's coming from.
Yep. Don't know why I went in the wrong direction there.
I'm trying to think, because like that reminds me of something I would encounter a lot in a certain Sonic game, with the homing attack just going the opposite direction than I intend.
Let's see if
It happens.
I somehow hit some rockets and then hit the same rocket. Well, I got hit by that rocket. Can we... Ha!
Nice.
Only got hit by one rocket that time.
The rockets are like super tricky there.
And again, I get smacked by that rocket, so that's a 2.
As long as you don't get smacked by more rockets than the amount of rockets that you use,
Ouch.
then you're good.
And I gotta be careful with these things, too.
And that's why you were thinking saw blades, right?
Yep. I also will admit I'm not the smartest person out there, so like me calling swinging blades saw blades is just me like giving random names to things that doesn't make any sense.
It did just occur to me, like, there's some similarities to this whole structure to like Scrap Brain Zone in Sonic 1. The original Saw Blade Arena.
I like how these egg pawns are wearing like safety hats.
Eggman trying to pretend he's OSHA compliant ever.
I was trying to jump on that cart and then I just completely missed it. Good job, me. Oh, well, hi! Don't mind me, I'm just taking a ride.
Gosh, I made a joke like that when I was playing Shadow, actually, because of Lava Shelter. How when you activate his lava defense system, it actually like blows up part of his facility. And I'm like, that's not OSHA compliant at all.
It really isn't. None of Eggman's creations are OSHA compliant, to be fair.
Also, I feel like the platforms in that one segment back there are always like really inconsistent about how they behave.
They really are. Okay. I got hit, but I grabbed the pulley at the same time, so that's a win.
Hell yeah. This is like overall, as far as this level can go, going extremely smoothly.
Yeah, this is the smoothest my Planet Wisp has ever gone. Then I hit a bunch of spikes there, but...
At least it wasn't another rocket.
yeah. Also, I'm not getting squished, so that's another plus. Wow, this is like the fastest I've ever done Planet Wisp.
Mm-hmm.
At least in
Like
a
we talk
while.
about how much it like overstays its welcome, but like because you just have segment after segment, but like sub 6 is what you want to see for sure.
Hi, Silver.
No. classic battle. Realizing I kind of want to do this silver battle with a shadow mod on, because I think 06 also highlights this, but Rivals doubles down on it, that it is Shadow and Silver that are rivals, it is not Sonic and Silver.
Yeah.
I don't think Sonic and Silver ever really focus on each other, aside from Silver being like, get out of my way, and going off, and Sonic being like, I don't know what's going on, I'm gonna follow. Genuinely, Sonic has no idea what's going on in either Rivals game. It's really funny. It sort of started that pattern in Heroes, in fact.
To be fair, I don't really blame him for not knowing what's going on in Heroes, because Heroes is that badly written. I almost said bidly.
I think it's just like if you try to go by Team Sonic, I would agree with that. But I think the character interactions are really the, like, focus on that, and they just don't give Sonic plot.
They really don't.
Or Tails or Knuckles in that part. It's funny because, like, in Rivals 1, Knuckles, like, gets all of the backstory and lore, but he still doesn't truly know what's going on. He just wants the Master Emerald card back. If you want to know what's actually going on, you play as either Shadow or Silver.
Homing attack, did you want to actually work there, or...
Nah, it's busy.
It's busy, leave a message and I'll call you back.
Your homing attack has crashed into, well, nothing. That was almost a reference to something about the phone, the dial, the number you have dialed has crashed into a planet. It is something I used to say back in the day.
Also, na 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 na, the silver damacy.
Very smooth Silver battle. Aside from, like, that one homing attack.
Yeah, beside that one homing attack deciding not to work, it went pretty smoothly. And now it's time for the final boss of this category, Egg Dragoon. Hope everybody is ready for time for a change of pace. Thank you, Eggman. Good, Eggman. You deserve a homing attack to the cockpit.
Every time I see how this one works, it reminds me partially, especially the way that it can separate, of, like, the Egg Wyvern a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, while it has, like, wings and, like, definitely all of the top part originally, I'm pretty sure, like, that bottom part's not a cockpit. That's an altered version for Generations. But like I say, like, it's very interesting how it translates the unleashed weaponry of the Egg Dragoon into, like, this platforming combat instead of in that you fight as the Werehog.
Which the Egg Dragoon fight in Unleashed looks a lot more fun than this fight.
I think a big reason to that, because I do definitely feel it's my preferred boss. There's less having to chase him. It's an arena battle.
Yeah. Plus, there's the really cool QuickTime event sequences.
What I like especially about that battle's quick time events compared to like other bosses. There's not a lot in other bosses, but it feels logical what button you're pressing to what Sonic's actions are. So it feels like you do like a left button, you grab the left side, you do a right button, grab the right side, that kind of stuff.
Ah. I think he might be on his last hit, so... Time.
GG!
Whew. And that is Blaze Percent, all modern stages slash bosses done. That was done. That was actually pretty smooth, besides me getting stuck in a loop in Speed Highway. But other than that, like, all the other stages went smoothly. Like, Planet Wisp went a lot better than I expected it to, and Egg Dragoon went real quickly.
Okie dokie, thank you very much for that run. And before we move on, do you want to give your Twitch or socials a shout out before we transition on for the end of day 2 of FAST-ATHON?
Oh yeah, certainly. You can find me at twitch.tv/firstgetto.akio, and you can also find me on Blue Sky under that handle. And yeah, Larry, would you like to plug yourself?
Yeah, I'm anywhere that I am, I'm Valeria Asteria with no spaces. Yep.
Okay, awesome. Oh, thank you very much for that run. And that has officially brought us to the end of day 2 of FAST-ATHON 2025. So before we go for the day, we'll just have a quick recap before Paige, I dare say, somewhat desperately ends the stream so they can get some sleep. But just to remind everyone, we have so far raised $160 for able gamers. I think we have raised $95 today, so that's a massive improvement on day 1. And we still have one more day to go. So thank you to everyone who has donated. It's exclamation donate in chat if you would like to make a donation. Able Gamers is a wonderful cause that tries to help people with disabilities access video games through various means. So if you can donate, it is all massively appreciated. But we are going to be ending the stream very shortly for the night as we look to get some sleep percent and then catch up on tomorrow. And speaking of tomorrow, we are starting slight change of the prior schedule for those of you who have been paying attention. We are going to be kicking things off tomorrow at around, I've been told around 22:10, so around 9:40 in the morning UK time. And we are going to be starting with Organ Mike and Planet Diver. Some of the random highlights I'm going to be selecting here. We have Spyro 2, Ripto's Revenge. We have Pikuniku. We have Mario Kart Double Dash, the Elephant Collection, as I understand it. I am told, or at least I think I overheard Kingfisher Games say that the creator of that game may be joining in. So that'll be fun and interesting. We have some Diddy Kong Racing, Metroid, Hyperbolica, lots of things going on. Bard's Tale as well. So Ultros, no Ultros, sorry. That hasn't been updated yet. Page. But do not worry, folks. We will be back tomorrow morning at about 20 to 10. So everyone catch yourself some Z's, and we shall see you again in roughly around 8 and a bit hours. But for the moment, have a good night and we'll catch you then.
Thank you.